Hey, good afternoon. Just was typing a response to a comment, and I figured I would make a video about it instead. So this gentleman said that we are just obsessed with gas mileage. And my initial reaction was, no, we're not. And then I realized, yeah, we kind of are. I guess it kind of does seem like that. I started thinking about it though. And the reality is, at least for me, I'm not really obsessed with the gas mileage of this truck as much as I'm just fascinated by how much better the hybrid system makes the truck and how there are no trade-offs. There are no trade-offs to having the Powerboost over the 3.5 EcoBoost except a couple pounds of towing, and I think that's just legal reasons. The truck's a little heavier because the truck has more power, obviously, with the hybrid system. I just washed it, by the way. Atlas Blue F150 in the sun. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So the whole gas mileage thing, I've been exercising extreme self-control, by the way. I have not hit boost once in this tank of gas. Let's see where we're at here. Great full accessory drive. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm at 26.8 miles per gallon. Look at that electric mileage range. Pretty cool, 270 miles. And here I am obsessing about gas mileage again. And the tank, a little less than a quarter. It says I have 128 miles left. I might be in reach of the elusive 800 miles on a tank. But you know what? Back to the gas mileage, it's not so much the mileage. It is the mileage, but the range is insane. If I can get 800 miles on a tank in this truck, realistically, you're probably gonna be in the low sevens. I spent the last 650 miles trying to get good gas mileage. I haven't been a pain in the butt by any means on the road. I just, I've been really trying to keep it in electric only mode and really focusing on not being heavy on the throttle. But this particular comment was talking about how he has a Tundra, it gets 15 miles per gallon. It's silly to buy a truck that's more expensive to save money, because likely you'll never get the money back. Sorry about that. Wife came home, almost ran me over, had to do a quick cut there. But like I was saying, yeah, I mean, to the guy that was commenting about having the Tundra and not being worth it to buy a new vehicle, I 100% agree. And by the way, Tundras are awesome trucks. Everybody that has one of those V8 Tundras, I don't remember the date range, but that was like a 18-year model year that was running, 18-year style, not model year. I mean, that 5.7 I-Force motor is bulletproof. It has plenty of power. They're just an absolute pig on gas. I mean, 15 miles per gallon, like 16 on the highway. That's what everybody says they get. But the thing is, they never break. And when gas is $1.50 a gallon, it doesn't matter. And yeah, like this guy said, he drives 10,000 miles a year with a truck. So, it matters less and less, obviously, the less miles you drive. But, the thing with the gas mileage, it's just so freaking cool to get upper 20s in gas mileage and have more power than the Tundra, have more features. The 7.2 generator, such a cool feature. Not to mention the technology upgrade, but yeah, I agree. If you anytime you're buying a new vehicle, it makes no financial sense. It always makes more sense to repair an older vehicle than to buy a new vehicle. I mean, I didn't buy this vehicle as a financial investment or really I didn't consider the finances behind this vehicle at all. The gas mileage thing was super cool. The hybrid system was super cool, but I never expected to get rich off the savings I got from saving fuel on on having a hybrid over a non-hybrid truck. I always said if you're buying a Ford, the 2.7 is the way to go if you're looking for the best of both worlds. Such a great motor, such a technology-packed motor. It's advanced. Gets great gas mileage. So powerful for what it is. But I just thought the whole thing with the hybrid was awesome. And the mileage, frankly, is just a bonus. It has nothing to do with how much money I'm saving by obviously getting more miles per gallon than gas. I mean, you save more in the city driving the hybrid than on the highway. The highway mileage, I guess, is a little better, maybe just from when you're climbing grades and you're saving on the downhill. But the other thing is, you're regenning on the downhill, I mean. But the other thing is the brake savings. I'm excited to see, and I'm probably going to trade this one in for another one, but once I get that one, I'm really excited to see how long the brakes last, because, you know, as I come into a stop here, using the EV coach, you can see when you're dipping into the brakes. I mean, this is all regen. This is probably going to be a 99%, right? Never hit 100. So, okay, of course, the one time I hit 100, I talk about how I'm not going to ever hit 100. But the brake savings, using regen all the time, recapturing that energy, again, such a cool feature with a hybrid. Being able to sit and idle with the motor off, having electronic heat, electronic air conditioning, everything is electronic. I think this, you know, there's no starter motor. I think there is a starter motor in this one just for emergencies during cold weather. But if you guys have ever driven a normal truck, a Volkswagen, any brand that utilizes stop-start technology, what a pain in the ass that is. Every single person that has that shuts it off. Every car that I've been in, the people always shut it off. It's so annoying hearing that starter crank. This and any other hybrid, the motor's on, the motor's off, and then it's just on. It's like it goes off and then it's on. There's no cranking. It's because the electric motor just twists it and starts. There's none of this solenoid action with a crazy noise. It's just seamlessly on. And, you know, it really makes the truck actually better. And that's what I was saying by it's not just the gas mileage that the hybrid system provides. It makes the overall experience of this truck better. You can creep around. I put in, you know, before I was even filming anything, I put in this little electronic thing that plugs into the speaker, because this truck, if anyone has gotten one from the factory, my God, it makes a noise going forward that is just so annoying. It's just this growling sound that's supposed to simulate an electric motor, I guess, going forward at a low speed, and then backing up, it makes that stupid beeping sound, and it just drove me nuts. So I bought this electric thing. Can't remember for the life of me what it's called, but it should be easy to find. I plugged that in, and now you can just creep around, super quiet. If it's late at night, you can cruise into the neighborhood, creep in. You can leave without having to start a loud vehicle. I mean, everything about the hybrid system makes this better. I'm sure the 3.5 EcoBoost is a great truck because it's a great motor. You know, you don't have those added elements that the hybrid system offers. Again, the gas mileage is what's advertised, but the real world living, like being able to just idle, you know, I'm off. And then you can creep forward again. See, I'm really not killing myself trying to get good gas mileage. The motor started there, but we're getting a little bit of a grade up here. Let's see if I can focus on the road for you. So what I'm thinking here, like when I'm driving, I'm coming into this hill here. There's a cop here, so let's try not to get arrested. And now I try to get the engine off. So now I start to rack up these electric miles. Whenever the engine's off, that's going up here, and your gas mileage is going up. My goal is to get to 26.9 by the end of this trip. I don't know if I can do it. But this is all downhill, all electric. Again, not killing myself, going super slow. I'm going 41 and a 30. And I will say, I think I mentioned in a previous video, this tank was premium. I don't know if it's going to make a difference. I'm going to fill her back up with 87. See if this guy moves over. I'm going to fill her back up with 87 after this tank's done. I just really wanted to get a gauge on what premium does for gas mileage. And the other thing I will say on this tank, I've been trying to limit air conditioning as much as possible, but I don't think, I mean, based on the videos of the F-150 Lightning, I don't think that the climate control uses that much of the battery. I mean, it uses, in the Lightning, I think I've seen videos where it'll tell you what's using power, and I think it uses like 1% of the power, and then like 95% is from driving, obviously, and the rest is, you know, cooling, etc. But I don't think that it affects it too much, but that's just what I've been doing for this tank, because I've been trying to see what the most mileage I can get. And again, I'm gonna do that. When I fill it up, I'm gonna divide the miles out by hand and see what the real number is, because I mean, this thing can be right on, and other times it can be off by 1 or 2. I've been driving pretty consistently, so I think that's going to be fairly accurate. It's going to be close though, 676.3 miles, and then I've got 118 till empty. It's going to be interesting to see if I can get close to 800. But anyways, that's the response to that. You know, we're all obsessed with gas mileage, and this thing doesn't make any sense. The long and the short of it is, you're right. Tundras are great trucks. I don't know if Fords are great trucks. This is my first one. I love it so far. And the other piece of that is, it never makes sense to buy a new vehicle. You're absolutely right. Although it is certainly nice to be driving around the 2022 instead of like a 2015 Tundra, you know. At some point, I just, you know, I drove around a Hyundai Elantra for a year, and I just wanted to shoot myself every time I got into it. And at some point I had to decide if I wanted to make complete financial sense and drive that, or drive a vehicle that I actually enjoyed and was comfortable in. And that's all I got for that. So it's another rant by yours truly. And by the way, I'm listening to Louis C.K. on Your Mom's House. Really cool to see him back in the scene. Probably one of the funniest comics that I think that's ever been around. He's hilarious. So definitely check him out. That's all I got. Talk to you later.